SDK.finance. In this video, we will take a look at how to create business users in the system. If a business user is created by a service user, this API should be used. The login and role must be provided in the request body, while the organization ID is not required when creating a business user. Here is the API in Postman. I have already obtained the authorization token for the administrator, a service user, and provided all other required fields. As you can see, the API call was successful and a new individual was created with the specified login. There is also another API that can be used to manage users in the system. This API allows you to activate, deactivate, freeze, or unfreeze a user by providing the user ID. Let's try this API in Postman. To call it, we copy the ID of the user from the response of the user creation request and paste it into the request URL. You can also specify the parameter type and value. For example, to deactivate a user, you set the value to false. My user was successfully deactivated using this API. For business users, there is also the ability to self-register. Please note that this feature is only available for business roles, not service roles. To self-register, the user needs to call the following API. In the request body, the mandatory parameters are the role and login. Additionally, the legal type and administrator section can be optionally provided. Here is the API in Postman. The login and role were provided in the request body. After calling the API, the response confirms that an action email was sent. Depending on whether the login was an email address or a phone number, a verification message will be sent to the corresponding contact method with a verification code. The next step is to call this API to confirm the verification code and set the password for the account. We can also test this in Postman to finalize the registration for the business user. The same login that was provided during account creation must be used. Additionally, the verification code received via email or phone must be entered, along with the password the user wishes to set for their account. And that's it! The registration was successfully finalized for the user, and an authorization token was generated. This user can now call other APIs and use the system. That's all. Thank you for your attention.